Before we start, take a breath. If you've been thinking, I have no sexual desire, you are not broken, you are not alone, and there is a map forward. I'm Dr. Catherin Harris. Today I'm going to give you the explanation almost no one gives: clear, compassionate, and practical. This is education, not a substitute for personal medical care, but it will give you language, relief, and a plan you can start today. Let's begin with a simple truth. Sexual desire is not a switch. It's an ecosystem. When people tell you to just relax, try harder, or have a date night, they are trying to water a desert with a teacup. Desire is the outcome of many systems working together: your brain and nervous system, your hormones, your relationship dynamics, your body's comfort, your sense of safety, your sleep, your stress, your beliefs about your body and sexuality, and yes, your history. If any one of those pieces is sending a not safe or not now signal, desire can feel like it disappears. It hasn't disappeared. It's been overridden by something louder. Here's the reason no one explains. Your nervous system has two pedals, not one. Think of your sexuality like driving a car with an accelerator and a brake. The accelerator is everything that turns you on: touch that feels good, closeness, playfulness, novelty, fantasies, sense, music, meaningful connection, emotional safety. The brake is everything that says stop: stress, fatigue, pain, fear of rejection, fear of pregnancy or STIs, criticism, resentment, body insecurity, performance pressure, unresolved conflict, a crying baby down the hall, your phone lighting up with emails, the dog scratching at the door. Most people think they need a stronger accelerator. Often what they truly need is a lighter brake. If your brake is pressed even a little, your body will prioritize protection over pleasure. That's not a defect. That's your biology trying to keep you safe. So if you've been shaming yourself for not wanting it, notice how unfair that is. Your body might be doing exactly what it should when it senses things are off, physically, emotionally, or relationally. The quickest change usually comes from identifying the brake and reducing it, not by forcing the accelerator. Another truth we're rarely taught: there are two normal patterns of desire: spontaneous desire and responsive desire. Spontaneous desire feels like desire appears out of nowhere. You're cooking, you think of something intimate, and suddenly you're interested. Responsive desire works differently. You start neutral or even uninterested. Then, once your body experiences comfort, affection, or a gentle trust-building kind of stimulation, desire wakes up and joins the party. Many people, especially in long-term relationships, experience responsive desire far more than spontaneous desire. If you keep waiting for spontaneous desire to strike like lightning, you'll misdiagnose yourself as having no desire, when in fact your desire is responsive. It shows up after the warm-up of safety, closeness, and gradual arousal. There is nothing wrong with you. You simply need a different sequence. Let's talk about stress, because it's one of the heaviest brakes. Stress chemistry says, survive first. Cortisol doesn't care about romance. When your day is a stack of deadlines, caregiving, and mental load, your nervous system is scanning for threats, not tenderness. Desire becomes quiet, not because you don't love your partner or because your body is broken, but because your brain is protecting you from overwhelm. One of the most potent libido interventions is not in the bedroom. It's in your calendar and your nervous system. Deep sleep, boundaries, a walk in natural light, real meals, hydration, 10 minutes of slow breathing, the permission to say not now to 3 obligations that don't matter, all of these lift the brake. Now, let's name the invisible brake that quietly kills desire more than almost any other: unresolved resentment. If you feel unseen, overburdened, or taken for granted, your body will not want to open. Intimacy is not just physical, it's a negotiation of care. When the care budget feels one-sided, desire often shuts down as a form of self-protection. This is not petty, it is intelligent. The fix is not be nicer or just get in the mood. The fix is fairness. Ask, where is the load unequal? Who tracks the lists? Who initiates repair after conflicts? Who plans the logistics? Equity is erotic. Unearned demands are not. Body comfort matters just as much. Pain is a full-force break. If intimacy hurts or has hurt, your nervous system will remember and it will tap the brake, sometimes before you're even aware of it. For people with a history of pain, a crucial step is rebuilding trust with the body at zero pressure. That means conversations first, slow pacing, generous lubrication when applicable, and medical evaluation if there's any possibility of pelvic floor tension, vulvar pain conditions, endometriosis, prostate issues, infections, or hormonal changes that affect comfort. You deserve comfort. Pleasure grows in the soil of comfort. Now, hormones. Hormones are not the whole story, but they matter. Estrogen and testosterone contribute to lubrication, blood flow, sensitivity, and desire modulation. In perimenopause and menopause, declining estrogen can reduce comfort and change desire. In the postpartum period, especially with sleep deprivation and breastfeeding, prolactin and low estrogen can dampen libido. In men, low testosterone, thyroid imbalance, high prolactin, insulin resistance, sleep apnea, and medications can blunt desire. None of this means you're doomed. It means a thorough checkup is smart if your low desire is persistent, distressing, or a change from your baseline. A clinician can screen for thyroid function, iron levels, vitamin D, testosterone, prolactin, glucose control, and discuss options, ranging from lifestyle tuning to medication review and, where appropriate, hormone therapy. Speaking of medications, let's name the common ones that press the brake. Many antidepressants, especially SSRIs, some hormonal contraceptives, certain blood pressure medications, finasteride, and others. Medication is essential for many conditions. The solution is not to stop on your own. The solution is to talk with your prescriber about options, timing doses, adjusting, augmenting, or switching to medications with a gentler impact on libido. You are allowed to ask. Your well-being matters. Beliefs matter too. If you grew up with messages that desire is wrong, dirty, or selfish, your body learned that arousal equals danger. Even if your adult mind says, I'm allowed, your younger learning lives in your nervous system. Shame presses the brake. The antidote is not to argue with your body. It's to gently update it with new experiences of safety, choice, and consent. This takes time, and you can do it. You're not late, you're learning. There's also the modern problem of mental overload. Endless screens, decision fatigue, and doom scrolling flood the brain with microstress. By the time night comes, you feel numb. If your attention is constantly hijacked, your desire has nowhere to land. A practical step. Reclaim transition time. A 20 to 30-minute device-free buffer before intimacy is not a luxury. It's a neurological reset. Warm water, a short stretch, soft lighting, music that relaxes you, scent that you associate with calm, signal to your brain, we're safe now. Let me say this clearly. Wanting sex less than your partner or at a different time is not a personal failure. Desire discrepancies are normal. The problem is not the difference. The problem is how we handle it. If the higher desire partner pressures or shames, both people lose. If the lower desire partner disappears, both people lose. The path forward is teamwork against the problem, not against each other. Replace, why aren't you in the mood, with what would help your body feel more at ease tonight. Replace, you never want me, with I miss our closeness. How can I make our time feel easier for you? When respect increases, pressure decreases, and desire has a chance to breathe. Let's talk about the sequence that works for many people with responsive desire. It goes like this: permission, connection, comfort, arousal, desire. Notice, desire is not first. Permission means we remove pressure. Tonight is not a test. Connection means little moments of warmth, eye contact, laughter, a shared memory, touch that is not a demand. Comfort means the body feels physically and emotionally safe. Warm room, no rush, pain addressed, full consent at every step. Then arousal can begin, slowly, with attention to what actually feels good: sensations, breath, proprioception, while the mind stays anchored in the present. As arousal grows, desire emerges. Many people experience desire as a late arriving guest, not a starter signal. When couples understand this, frustration drops and success rises. What about singles? Low desire can feel confusing without a partner to test it. The same principles apply. Think about your nervous system state during your day. Are you in chronic fight, flight, or freeze? Do you give your body any time that is purely for sensory pleasure that isn't sexual? Warmth, movement, music, sunlight, friendly touch from yourself, like a gentle massage to your scalp or hands? If the only time you ask your nervous system to feel is during sexual moments, it might not know how to switch gears. Start with non-sexual pleasure practice. Notice the feel of the mug in your hands, the way your feet ground on the floor, the rhythm of your breath. This isn't airy. This is neurobiology. Pleasure needs presence. Now, I want to offer a 6-week reset plan you can adapt. It's not a boot camp. It's dignified, gentle, and realistic. Week 1. Safety and sleep. Your only goals: protect 7 to 8 hours of sleep as often as possible and map your breaks. Each night, write down the top 3 things that made your body hit the brakes that day. Stressors, conflicts, screens, fatigue, no judgment, just data. Share the list with your partner if you have one. If you're solo, share it with a journal or a friend. And schedule one small act of nervous system kindness per day: 10 minutes of breathing, a walk, a bath, a no-phone meal. Week 2, comfort and care. Address low-hanging fruit around comfort. Stock a high-quality lubricant if relevant. Adjust the room temperature. Add soft lighting that signals relaxation. And talk through preferences outside intimate time. If pain has been present, book a medical check for pelvic health or prostate concerns, and consider a pelvic floor specialist if applicable. If medications might be a factor, set a visit with your prescriber to discuss options. Week 3, connection rituals. If partnered, choose one tiny ritual daily: a 6-second hug, a 3-minute hand massage, or 10 minutes of undistracted conversation. These are non-demanding forms of touch and attention that build trust. If single, create a connection ritual with yourself: 5 minutes of slow stretching while listening to music, or a brief body scan before bed where you simply notice sensations without trying to change them. The goal is to tell your body, I am here with you. Week 4. Pressure off, curiosity on. Declare an intimacy moratorium on goals, no targets. The only project is noticing what feels good in your body and what relaxes you. If partnered, agree that either person can pause at any time, and that closer time can simply be cuddling, massage, or warmth. If solo, explore relaxation practices that heighten body awareness without sexual pressure, like mindfulness of touch with neutral areas such as forearms, scalp, or calves. Curiosity grows where evaluation drops. Week 5, responsive desire sequence. If partnered, structure one evening for the sequence: permission, connection, comfort, arousal, desire. Make it short and sweet. Remove distractions, begin with connection, and only proceed as your body says yes. If solo, practice the same sequence with self-directed comfort and relaxation, focusing on breath, warmth, and presence. If at any point you feel your brake engage, worry, tension, pain, honor it. You are retraining your nervous system to trust you. Week 6, review and calibrate. Look back at your brake map. Which levers changed? What helped the most? Sleep, fairness, comfort, communication, time, novelty, therapy? Decide on 2 sustainable habits to keep. Perhaps a device-free buffer at night and a weekly check-in conversation. Celebrate any movement, not just peak outcomes. Desire is a living thing. It responds to respect and patience. Let's address a few specific scenarios many of you have asked me about. I have no desire after having a baby. You are not broken. You're likely sleep-deprived, hormonal, touched out from caregiving, and perhaps experiencing changes in comfort. This is a phase with a strong break. Protect sleep as fiercely as you can Ask for actual help, not hints, and start with closeness that costs you little: words, eye contact, shorter moments of warmth. If penetration is painful, do not push through. Seek support for postpartum pelvic health. And remember, desire often returns as capacity and rest return. My desire dipped in perimenopause or menopause. The hormone shifts are real. Comfort often decreases and stress tolerance changes. This is a medical and relational issue, not a moral one. Talk to a clinician who is skilled in midlife health. Consider evidence-based options for comfort and mood, from vaginal moisturizers and lubricants to pelvic floor care to hormone therapy if appropriate for you. Strength training, protein, and sleep hygiene help more than people expect. Energy and mood are the foundation on which desire sits. I'm on antidepressants and my desire vanished. First, your mental health is precious. Do not stop meds abruptly. Bring the problem to your prescriber. Many people find relief by adjusting the dose, switching to an alternative with fewer sexual side effects, or adding strategies like scheduling closeness at times when the side effects feel lighter. You deserve both emotional stability and sexual well-being. I don't like my body right now. Body image is one of the silent breaks. If the voice in your head is cruel, your body won't relax. You can't hate your body into feeling good. What helps is treating your body with the dignity you'd give a best friend. Comfortable clothing, gentle movement, nourishment, and touch that is about kindness before anything else. Let your partner know the difference between admiration and evaluation. Compliments that are about your presence, strength, or kindness often land better than commentary on body parts. I never initiate, and I feel guilty. Many people with responsive desire rarely initiate because desire simply isn't present at the start. You can still be the one to initiate connection. Can we curl up together for a while? I'd love a massage exchange. Initiation doesn't have to be a promise of sex. It can be a promise of closeness. And closeness is the path by which your desire tends to arrive. I'm afraid of being rejected. So many of us are. Rejection is a hard break. If you've experienced harsh shutdowns before, your nervous system will brace. Partners can help by creating a culture of warm declines. I want to be close to you, and tonight my body is tired. Can we hold each other and plan for Saturday? That preserves connection while honoring boundaries. Safety grows when no one is punished for having a body. What about porn and desire? This is nuanced. For some, porn is neutral or even helpful. For others, frequent, fast, and highly stimulating content can create an excitation pattern that makes slower, relational sex feel dull by comparison. If you suspect this is part of your break, experiment with a reset. Reduce frequency, change content, or take a pause. Notice how your brain responds to slower, real-life pacing again. Curiosity, not shame, is the right tool here. What if a past experience changed how safe I feel? Then we honor that. Trauma-aware care matters. Work with a therapist who understands how the nervous system stores experiences and how consent, control, and pacing restore safety. Healing is absolutely possible. It isn't about erasing the past, it's about rewiring your present with experiences of choice and gentleness. Now, let's give you practical words. If you're partnered and low desire is causing distance, here are scripts you can adapt. I miss us. My body has felt overloaded lately, and when I'm overloaded, desire shuts down. It's not about you. Can we plan lower pressure time this week, where closeness is the goal and everything else is optional? I want you more. What helps me is sleep, a lighter mental load, and starting with connection. Could we share the evening chores differently so my nervous system can arrive? When I feel rushed or evaluated, I freeze. If we slow down and you check in with me, my body relaxes and I'm more open. Let's use a pause word that means we reset without taking it personally. And if you're the higher desire partner, I love you and I miss our closeness. I don't want you to push yourself. I want you to feel safe and wanted. What would make tonight feel easy for you? I can take more of the load so you can rest. Let's try a quiet evening together with no goals. If your body wants more, we can follow it. If not, we still win. These are small, powerful shifts from performance to presence. Let me return to the core idea. You are not a machine with a broken switch. You are a person with an accelerator and a brake. Most advice tries to stomp harder on the accelerator. The missing wisdom is to gently release the brake by tending to stress, resentment, sleep, body comfort, fairness, and safety. Once the brake lightens, responsive desire has room to rise. A brief note for men who feel ashamed about low desire. We rarely talk about this, but it's common and human. Cultural scripts tell men they should always want sex. That is not biology, that's marketing. Low desire in men deserves the same compassionate, thorough approach. Sleep, mental health, stress, relationship dynamics, medical screening for hormones and sleep apnea, medication review, and renewed attention to comfort and novelty without pressure. You are not less of a man for wanting to feel emotionally safe and well rested. You are wise. A note for women who feel they've failed because desire changed across years. Your desire is allowed to evolve. Life stages matter. What you need at 40 with teenagers in the house will be different than what you needed at 20. You are not going backward. You are updating. The key is to replace outdated expectations with the sequence your current nervous system needs. It's not lower standards, it's smarter strategy. If your low desire is brand new, extreme, or associated with other symptoms, mood changes, pain, bleeding, discharge, erections difficulties, night sweats, weight shifts, intense fatigue, please see a clinician. There may be a medical issue to address, and catching it early is a gift to your future self. If your low desire is long-standing and tied to dynamics, therapy, individual or couples, can be transformational. A good therapist doesn't take sides. They side with the relationship's health. Now, because you came here for something you can do tonight, I'll give you a 10-minute reset you can try regardless of your relationship status. 10 minutes, that's all. Minute 1 to 2. Place your feet on the floor. Notice 5 things you can see, 4 things you can feel, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. Bring your attention into your senses. Minute 3 to 4. Breathe slowly. Inhale through your nose for 4, exhale for 6. On the exhale, imagine your shoulders melting a little. Say to yourself, I am safe right now. Minute 5 to 6. Warm your hands and gently massage your scalp, neck, or forearms, any area that carries tension. No goal beyond kindness. Minute 7 to 8. If partnered, share 3 good things about each other out loud. Strengths, not appearance. If solo, name 3 things your body did for you today: digestion, breath, steps you took, hugs you gave. Gratitude reduces threat signals. Minute 9 to 10. Choose 1 tiny pleasure to end the practice. A warm beverage, a favorite song, a few pages of a book, soft light. You have now created the beginning of a signal to your nervous system. We move from survival to sensing. Do this 3 times this week. You are not trying to create instant desire. You are rebuilding the road to it. This is foundational work, the kind that makes everything else easier. Finally, a word about hope. I have sat with thousands of patients who whispered, "Something must be wrong with me," and then watched their faces change as they realized there was a reason and a path. When people learn about brakes and accelerators, about responsive desire, about the way stress and resentment override sensuality, they stop blaming themselves and start making smart, humane changes. Desire returns not like fireworks, but like the sunrise. Quiet, steady, reliable. You deserve that. I'm Dr. Catherin Harris. If this helped you, share it with someone who needs relief from shame and confusion. You are not broken. Your body is wise. Listen to it, care for it, and give it time. When the brake lifts and safety leads, desire remembers the way home. If you want more practical guidance, we'll keep going. Episodes on rebuilding comfort after pain, midlife desire, and navigating medication side effects are on the way. For now, save this. Revisit the 6-week plan and choose one small kindness for your nervous system tonight. That is not selfish. It is the first step back to yourself.